Hello, hello. How are you? Well, this has been a trying couple of days, and I really hope that this hangs in there. This works. I'm doing my live newsletter for August, and I have had some real sketchy internet, so I'm just going to go for it on here, and I really hope that we can pull it off. So a quick outline of August 2021 newsletter looks like this. I'm going to share with you my favorite 6-minute to success video. Nope, not video. I'm going to share the message of the video. I'm going to share with you the monthly message that I get from Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher. It's always good and insightful. We're going to go over new, current, and future business for the Quantum Academy. I'm going to touch on mentioning referrals. I'm going to share my insight from my studies this past month, go over a quote of the month, and then I'm going to wrap it up by pulling a collective card for all of us. So here we go. My favorite 6-minute to success message to pass on was entitled, "You Must Take Personal Responsibility." So Bob goes to say, a very good friend of mine, Jim Rohn, who now was in the business that he's in for just a year or two longer than me. I think that he was the only one who had been in the business longer than him. And Jim said a lot of wonderful things. And this morning, Bob was reading somewhere that he wrote, he said, "You must take personal responsibility." And then Bob said, you know, some time ago I wrote an article in which he said, responsibility is the key to freedom. So, well, Jim said, you have got to take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind. You can only change yourself. Now, if you're fighting against something that is going on outside of you, just like that, quit it. Just stop. Stop fighting it. Bob goes on to say, he's telling you, Jim was right on the money. You have to take personal responsibility and conquer whatever circumstances come up against you. Napoleon once said, not Napoleon Hill, a different author, said, "Circumstance hell, I make them." And that is the attitude that you got to take. So Bob went on to further say, take personal responsibility. You can't change the circumstances, but you can change your perception of what's going on and stay in charge. Responsibility is the actual key to freedom. Jim was bang on. So I'm going to share with you now a couple of messages that I get from Bob and Sandy once a month, being a PGI consultant, and I just like to share them with you. It starts off with his, "I am so happy and grateful now that I walk to and through my fears to move closer to my dreams and the person I want to become." And then Bob goes on to say, "If you ever experience fear when you are pursuing a goal, you've discovered a valuable ally. Because if you're not scared as you move towards your dreams, then your goal isn't big enough and you're stuck in conformity. However, if you're going for something that you don't know how to do, your world is expanding, and at some point, you're going to come face to face with the terror barrier. This barrier is like an invisible wall. We hit and then we must go through before we can create significant change in our lives. Our conditioned beliefs and paradigms will fight that new reality every step of the way, causing fear and anxiety to flare up every time we act on a goal that's outside of our comfort zone. I don't care how big and strong or how well put together you are, when you hit the terror barrier, it's a scary situation. But as Joseph Campbell so brilliantly put it, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. So when you hit the terror barrier, take a deep breath and recognizing that you are right on track. Then keep moving forward, realizing that going through it leads you to what you want." And then Sandy, she adds her perspective, and she says, "When you hit the terror barrier, worry, doubt, and fear can feel overwhelming. You might get a stomach ache. Your heart might even flutter. And there's a good chance you start making excuses about why you can't or shouldn't do what you really want to do. I've been there a few times. However, when you understand what's going on, it's not as scary because you know what's going on the other side. But that doesn't mean you won't get scared the next time you're doing something for the first time. The discomfort never goes away, but it becomes easier and easier. And when you take a few deep breaths and take a deep leap of faith that is based on your understanding what is happening in your mind, when you acknowledge the fear as an ally and crash through the terror barrier, you'll look back and realize that your irrational and limiting beliefs were nothing but illusions in your mind. Because as Bob and I always say, it's not who you are that's holding you back. It's who you think you're not. That's pretty good advice and information, isn't it? Okay, now I'm going to go through what I just said. New, current, future business, whatever we're doing here in the Quantum Academy. Get everybody on the same page. We have a new book starting Wednesday, September 1st. I decided to make it September 1st because summer is not over, and we have very little summer here in Alberta, Canada. I don't know where you're tuning in from, but our summers are very short. So if you want to go and spend time with your family and camping and fishing and boating and whatever you do, then do it. You don't need to be stuck to knowing that you have a book club to be at or something. So we're going to do that starting September 1st, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to keep the conversations to about 30 minutes instead of 45 minutes to an hour, just 30 minutes. We're just going to touch on things and give our perspectives. I'm going to record the Zoom, so then I'll share it in the Facebook group. There will be no workbook for this one, just simply takeaways from what we have learned. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. It's an awesome book. So if you don't get it. I actually have to get it because I have it. I've read it, well, heard it a few times, but it's on my Audible app. So I have to actually physically get the book. And I will create a Zoom link and I will post that once that happens. Another new thing you might have seen is Win Wednesdays. Scott and I were competing for time on Tuesday mornings and he won. It's okay because he has BNI, which is a business international group that he has on Tuesday mornings, and he goes on to have other meetings after that. So I let him have Tuesday and I will take Wednesday, same time, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Powerful topics. See the Facebook cover for a list of them and the dates, just every Wednesday in August. And yeah, I hope to see you there because I do love sharing those topics. I love working on them and preparing something to share with you. Another thing coming in September, just touch on quickly, is a 3-day workshop. It's going to be a noon-hour workshop, probably an hour. It's going to be called Developing a Leader's Mindset. All the details around that is going to follow. September 8th to 10th is the dates I've tentatively picked. What else have we got going on? Shake Up Sundays. I'm going to continue that until the end of the year. Not too many people are participating. It could just be a thing with summer vacations. It could be your paradigm winning the battle and saying, oh, that is really stupid. I'm not doing that. That's okay. All I'm trying to do is help you live from the inside out rather than the outside in. And I'm also trying to get you to condition your paradigm to taking orders. You will do what I tell you to do, and it'll go kicking and screaming like a 2-year-old, and that's too bad. So sad. The Saturday morning 7 a.m. studies, I'm going to keep them to myself. I'm no longer going to show up on Zoom. And I'm also, this newsletter, I'm going to share an insight from my studies this month. So various stuff I study every day. I'm running the actually consultants 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time group. We study at 6 a.m. every morning. But outside of that, I study different books and things. And I have been really into the dimensional stuff. lately. Really into it. So I just wanted to share my takeaways on that. And it's this: we live on 3 dimensions. This is factual stuff. This is stuff we study in TIR. We live on 3 dimensions. We are spiritual beings. We have an intellect, and we live in a physical body. Okay. The physical body is a manifestation of the spirit. When we awaken our spirit, we can live on the 4th dimension and choose the path of which we want to live. I see people do this all the time. This is really cool stuff. This is a whole new awakening, okay? Our lifestyle, our friends, our career, our attitude, everything changes. That's when you harness the power of your divine self. Self-expression, you experience conscious creation, and it's the bridge to the 5th dimension. So that gets pretty darn deep for the average bear. So I'm just going to leave it there. More and more people I know and I speak to and that are in my friend circle are evolving and growing rapidly. They're having things change in their lives at light speed with the information that I teach in TIR. They have just grabbed it and run with it. So it's so exciting to be a part of that. And I just want to share that with you. A quote of the month I chose once actually before I even picked my 6 Minutes to Success message to share with you was from Jim Rohn. His quote is, if you want things to change, you have to change. If you want things to be better, you have to be better. And that's what I try to do every day. The final thing I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to pull a collective card. I always like to go to my law of attraction just because that's kind of, I do, I pull these cards when I'm talking to you guys, basically, because the law of attraction, the secret, all of that is, it's all around what I teach, and it's all around my coaching and my new understanding. So that's why I go to this deck. I have a deck. I'm going to give her a plug right now. I have a deck that I bought. I bought 2, and I've already given one away for a gift. And this deck was created by a lady in this club, in this group. Her name is Sue Pickering from Soul Awakening. And I have yet to go through that deck and make it my own and infuse my energy and all that stuff. So Sue, I have not forgotten about you or the deck. I will, and I might even pull a card for the collective with your deck. So, whoa, well, that one just jumped right out. I gotta get it. If I can pick it up. Oh yeah. Okay. Here's your card, our card. It says, I let my action be action in joy. So it says you have intended action. Action is part of the deliciousness of your physical world. But you did not intend to create through physical bodily action. You intended to use your body to enjoy the actions that you have created through your thought. Ooh. I'm going to read it one more time. You have intended action. Action is part of the deliciousness of your physical world, but you did not intend to create through physical bodily action. You intended to use your body to enjoy the actions that you have created through your thought. Awesome card to end on. That's it for the live newsletter August. I really appreciate everybody that is in this academy, and I continue to grow, and I continue to share, and I continue to be grateful for all of you. Thank you. We will see you Wednesday. Bye.